Dear viewers, Namaskar. In the headlines today, field machinery maintenance helps major units of RSP to excel. More than 86,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines administered in vaccination centers run by SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant in association with the district administration.
Effective maintenance practice helps hot strip mill of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant post excellent performance. SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant actively involved in monsoon preparation.
Pipes made by SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant used in mega lift irrigation project of Odisha. And COVID warriors thank medicos of IGH for their invaluable care.
Training Advisory Committee meeting held at RSP. And doctors of Ispat General Hospital of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant saves life of critically injured person.
And now the news in detail. The Field Machinery Maintenance Department of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant maintains a fleet of mobile heavy equipments like dozers, payloaders, hydraulic cranes, crawler cranes, forklifts, debriquing machines, etc. The department extends critical support to the various production and service departments for their production, operation, maintenance, housekeeping and erection as well as repair activities with these heavy-duty mobile equipments. In the last fiscal, the FM department contributed immensely and helped many major production units post excellence performance. The efforts also brought substantial savings to the company. The department shifted 24,474 tons of coal from CFO area to Coke Oven Battery 6 in 2,262 trips of dumper tipper. It helped in saving approximately 64.69 lakh rupees. Besides ensuring uninterrupted supply of coal to coke oven and blast furnace in view of the enhanced demand. The department also collaborated with EMD department for smooth and safe replacement of approximately 3,000 meter gas pipelines of diameter 1,000, 1,200, 1,500 mm by providing hydraulic crane. FM also shifted 52,325 tons of slag from blast furnace 5 which ensured its continuous operation. Besides, the unit extended necessary support for the complete revamping of ESP 1 and 2 of CPP 1 department. FMM successfully complied with all the requisitions received from various departments of the plant. The department achieved critical equipment availability of 97.5%. The unit also played a key role in the extensive beautification drives carried out in the steel township. The efforts including massive cleaning and transfer as well as placing of large structures. The department is making relentlessly efforts to cater to the increased demands of the user departments. The vaccination at different vaccination centers of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant is evoking enthusiastic response from the residents of the steel city. Notably, vaccination is being done at designated centers, that is, Ispat General Hospital Sector 6 Health Center and Sector 22 Hospital of SAIL, Rourkela Steel Plant, Bhanja Bhavan Sector 19, Social Home Sector 18, Sector 1 Health Center in association with the district administration. Arrangements have been made at the centers for the smooth conducting of the program in strict adherence to the COVID guidelines. Besides, rapid antigen tests are being carried out in the community centers of different sectors on rotation basis. Till 14 June 2021, 86,550 vaccines have been administered in the centers in the industrial township. Out of this, 7,233 shots have been administered to employees and 10,266 to the dependents. The rest, 66,295 shots have been administered to various sections of people living in the steel city.
SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant has been contributing in a massive way towards the growth of the state as well as the nation. In an agrarian society like ours, lot of thrust has been given by the government of Odisha on extending irrigation facilities to help the farmers. The government of Odisha has planned to take up 174 number of mega lift irrigation project demarcated in the river basins of Vansdhara, Indravati, Tej, Mahanadi, Brahmani, Baitarni, Burhabalanga and periphery of Hirakud and Rengali reservoirs. Recently, RSP supplied 3,100 meters of spiral welded pipes to the MLIP project through Messrs L&T Construction. The order had 100% ultrasonic testing and 3% radiographic testing and pipes in close length range with a stringent third-party inspection by Messrs Moody International Private Limited. It may be noted that the spiral welded section of the pipe plants of RSP manufacturers, pipes used for irrigation, power plants, slurry transportation, water supplies, sewage disposals, grain silos, and civil engineering pilings, etc., which is supplied to different parts of the country. The regular monitoring by the doctors and administrative staff of SAIL, Rourkela Steel Plant, and district administration never let me feel that I am in home quarantine fighting with one of the deadliest virus of the century. I am highly indebted to the treating doctors who helped me and my family members to recover from COVID with systematic treatment, said Mr. Kamal Kumar Behra, GM Mechanical, CPP1, expressing gratitude to the medicos. Mr. Behra was tested COVID positive on 17th May in RT-PCR test after his son got infected with the virus a week earlier. His 25-year-old doctor was also tested positive within the next few days. Initially, the family advised with home isolation was feeling little petrified. But soon after, showing resilience, the family took up the fight with all the positive mindset. The psychological and physical alertness together with strict adherence to the medical advice are the key components in the quick recovery, said Mr. Behra empathetically. It is worth mentioning that RSP has put in place an elaborate healthcare system for the management of COVID positive patients. Apart from dedicated ICU and oxygenated treatment facilities at Ispat General Hospital, RSP has also set up a number of quarantine facilities for the treatment of mild to moderate patients. The steel plant has also a dedicated COVID control room that works around the clock to assist employees and other stakeholders in this regard. The intensive and systematic efforts by the steel plant have helped in getting control over the situation to a large extent. RSP has been making determined efforts to gain control over any extraordinary situation.
रेगुलरली योग प्राणायाम करते फिजिकल एक्टिविटी निजर आग्रह रखुली आगुरी मत बहुत डर लगुला कोविड अफेक्टेड बहुत बड़ जिन बट आफ्टर गेटिंग अफेक्टेड मत लगे ये रिकवर करा बहुत बड़ जिन नुह ये रिकवर करा बेसी डिफिकल्ट जिन नुह बट आपको आमको समस्त को सिस्टमेटिकली डॉक्टर एडवाइस फॉलो करिया पड़ियो फिजिकल एक्टिविटी मेंटेन करके रखिया पड़ियो और मेंटली स्ट्रांग ही रहिया पड़ियो यही मोर बात है.
Maintenance is an integral part of any manufacturing industry which contributes in the sustained production performance of the unit. The effective maintenance practice adopted by the hot strip mill HSM collective of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant has helped the mill post an impressive performance in the last fiscal. The collective, through calibrated efforts, chalked out a comprehensive strategy to refine the maintenance activities in view of the rationalization of production during the initial phases of the COVID-19 pandemic. The versatile maintenance crew of the department in no time adopted the plans in the changed scenario. The major maintenance activities executed during financial year 2021 include commissioning of spare ABB drive in coil box mandrel swivel, installation of servo valves in coiler number 4, pinch roll, and complete overhauling as well as revamp of crane 357. The efforts helped in enhancing the reliability of the systems. Provision of common flush point in finishing mill was also done in the bearing cooling water line. It relocated and commissioned the logo PLC for auto control of sump pumps for furnace 5 and 6, which also helped in enhancing the reliability of the sump pumps. The panel for R1 area grease pump was also relocated to zero level in RO hydraulic room. The effort eased the maintenance activities and reduced the downtime to a considerable extent. Besides, the collective revived HMDS at location 2 for auto tail end cutting of the transfer bars or coils at crop spear. The system was made functional and it helped in optimizing the tail end cut. The maintenance crew at the mill are working in sync with mill operation, extending every possible support to optimize mill performance and help the plant scale new peaks of excellence. The Civil Engineering Services Department of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant is making all-out effort to prevent flooding and ensure uninterrupted production of the plant during the coming monsoon by taking up various proactive measures. In this connection, a massive cleaning job has been undertaken recently. JCB dumpers and dozers were used to clean up the overburdened heap near drain connecting Nala Road and plant perimeter road wall. 3 channels were also cleared for free flow of rainwater.
The Training Advisory Committee meeting was held virtually on 12th May. Mr. Deepak Chattaraj, CEO RSP, presided over the meeting. Mrs. Kamakshi Raman, ED MTI, Mr. Rajveer Singh, ED Hospital Administration, Mr. Pankaj Kumar, ED Works, Mr. S.R. Suryavanshi, ED Operations, Mr. A.K. Pradhan, ED Projects, Mr. P.K. Satpathy, ED PNA, Mr. C.R. Mahapatra, CGM in charge MM, Mr. Praveen Nigam, CGM in charge FNA, participated in the online meeting. It was also virtually attended by all the Chief General Managers, HODs and DROs of the plant. The CEO took a keen interest in the deliberations and made specific suggestions to make the learning and development process more effective and result-oriented. He also unveiled the Almanac 21-22 during the meeting. The CEO urged upon the collective to take maximum advantage of the E-Abhigyan initiative. In her address, Mrs. Raman praised the various HR initiatives being taken up at RSP and highlighted about the new scheme Pathshala launched for honing the knowledge and skill of executives. ED HRD also commended the HRD Connect endeavour of HRD Centre. Mr. Parshuram Shaw, CGM HRD MTI, also spoke on the occasion. At the outset, Ms. Rajeshri Banerjee, CGM HRD, welcomed the gathering. She also made a presentation on achievements of HRD in the last fiscal, vis-a-vis plans for the current year. It is worth mentioning here that the meeting aimed at reviewing HRD initiatives and approval of Annual Training Plan 2021-22. During the meeting, an overview on the training module in SAIL and future thrust areas were presented. Issues pertaining to performance, competencies, learning and applications were discussed in detail. Ispat General Hospital of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant RSP has been a saviour for many critically ill and injured persons. One case in point is of Mr. Ganesh Bhumij, aged 28 years, who was brought to the hospital in a very critical condition on 3rd June. Having fallen from the height, Mr. Bhumij sustained injuries in head, chest, abdomen and pelvic region. Immediately the patient was admitted to the ICU. All possible examinations like CT scan of head, X-ray of chest and pelvic region and ultrasound of abdomen were conducted on an emergency basis. The reports revealed that the patient had internal bleeding in the brain, multiple fracture of the left side of the chest, bleeding inside thoracic cavity and splenic laceration with homoperitoneum, moderate bleeding inside the abdomen and fracture in the left pelvic bone. The case was critical and challenging. The patient was immediately operated by a team of doctors comprising Dr. M.K. Panigrahi, Deputy CMO Surgery, Dr. J.R. Sahu, Consultant Surgery, Dr. Sushant Patro, Neurosurgeon, and the surgical team. Anesthesia was administered by Dr. Sanjukta Panigrahi, Deputy CMO. The operation was successful and the patient responded well. After recovery from the critical condition, the patient was shifted to the normal ward. After satisfactory post-surgical reports, the patient was discharged on 14th June. It is to be noted that the service rendered by Ispat General Hospital is not confined to population Rourkela only, but from neighbouring states who are referred here for complicated health issues. And that's all for now. Namaskar.